Hi, all. I'll be in there in just a second. Good to see you. I'm just going to let the doggies out real quick. Open the door for them. Hello, everyone. Good to see you again. It is Friday night, November 29th. I'm back. Hello to everyone in here. Let's remember to thank our mods, be kind to our mods. And I want to thank all of you who are interested in modding because we were just on a few little bit ago and some things I was doing. I did not get to go through everyone's emails, but I want to thank you. I did add a couple of mods. So Ginger Girl, you should have some help in here. Hopefully I added ones who are Hope Floats is in here with you, Ginger Girl, helping out. And if you didn't get a wrench right now, it's not because I don't want you. Jen Benners is in here. Thank you so much. It's because I didn't get to read all the emails. But thank you, and I will go over them and through them. Thank you to all the mods here, the family members. Lovely Shadow, good to have you. Starlito. Mods, please watch the chat. And please, I'm asking you to watch the chat to make sure everyone's kind to each other. Thank you. I don't want anyone feeling like they have to leave the chat because someone else is in here. We are all adults, so if you don't like someone, don't interact with them. Leave them alone, please. Okay, everyone? I've got a lovely chat, so I know that's how we will go. Also, if we have family members in here, you all are amazing. Thank you for the way you let them come in and relax, and I do appreciate that. And we do have family members that come in. So you all are the best, okay? And I just appreciate the way you watch out for me, each other, the people in the chat. Mods, text me if someone comes in so I can welcome them, please, if it's another creator or a family member. If you're a new mod and don't have my number yet, I will get it to you. Just send me an email. But I appreciate all the hard work you do, especially when I come in here on a second time in one day in just a few hours. So thank you. I so appreciate you. Members of the family, welcome in. Good to see you. Tomorrow's our big day at 1 p.m. Always enjoy our time. A little bit can relax a little bit, breathe, and talk a little bit freer. If you've noticed, I don't put our members live out to the public. I keep that for you. It's something special for you. And I appreciate your support and the research you bring to it and the ideas. Thank you, Kimberly Myers. You're amazing. You are amazing. Hi, Brandy and Indy, Queen Cece. How are you? Brown Eyed Girl, Shadra, True Crime Addict. Good to see you. Hi, Georgia, Patriot Woman. Good to see you again. And Starlito, Random the Dime. Always good to see you. Me and you. There should be sound. Do you not have sound? Me and you. I'm assuming everyone has sound. Can you hear me, you all? Can you all hear me? Oops. I hope you can hear me. I always get so okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So good to see you. Brown Eyed Girl, you're so sweet. You are so sweet. You are all wonderful. I'm glad the sound is great. Cinderella, hello. Jen, Angela Allende, Nersetto, Teresa Huckabee, Polly Pepper, Keep up the chatter. Brandy and Indy. Love that name. Crack a cold case. You are a brand new member. I don't have another channel, my dear, but welcome in. Welcome to the family. And I've only had memberships about, 5 weeks now, guys? But welcome to the family. Welcome in, everyone. Please welcome Crack a Cold Case. Love the name. Love the name. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. I've tried to keep that consistent, that Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern time is my time with members. And we have done it every Saturday since we've had memberships. It really is a priority to me. Hello, Gypsy. You all are a priority to me. Don't get me wrong, but hello, Jackie Taylor, Dinkster. Cute name. Hi, Joanne McNeil. Matthew Chi. I think we're getting close, don't you? Hi, Genia Stevens. We do too, my friend. It has been so long. I have a feeling they're getting close. We are going to discuss that. Oh, thank you, True Crime Addict. If you cannot hear, go out and come back, and sometimes that helps. Like, why am I saying that out loud if they can't hear? Oh boy, we're going to have fun tonight, right? Happy Friday, everyone. I'm still on break. Okay, Brown Eyed Girl, thank you for letting me know that. That is so nice to know. You know, I do that often too. I do go into chats. Now you say you're hurt. Is something physically hurting or you're hurting from the case? There you are, dreaming. I was looking. I want to appreciate your email. So I am going to be adding you. I haven't gotten to all of you yet. So I just wanted to let you know. Thank you, all of you. You think he's in Canada. Okay. Oh, I pray they're close too. Oops, I always click the wrong one. Yes, Sebastian's birthday is soon. It is in 8 days from today. They are having a birthday party in Hendersonville for him. 16th birthday. I pray to God he's a birthday present for Seth that day. The puzzle pieces are coming together nicely, Marie. They are. I'm still looking for that email of what I want to show you tomorrow, where it originated from, but during members only. If not, I'm still showing you because I screenshotted a part of it, kind of blew it up so I could see what was, you know how good I am at looking at photos and trying to see things in there. So I did blow one up and I actually saw something that the person was showing me, and I haven't shared it because I want to find the source, obviously. But now that I'm seeing what we're seeing and the clues we're seeing and the things coming out, I want to show it to y'all. So if it happens to be from something that, well, I'm going to share it with you all. You all will tell me if you've seen it before. I know that. And then I can know if it's debunked, if it's from something that, you know, but I have not yet debunked it. Misty Fisher, my friend, you do not feel well, okay? Oh, honey, you do not feel well. And I know you're trying to balance and jump and rest and go see mama. And so you just, when you're here, Misty, I am so grateful to you. All of you. All of you. So, Busy Mama, welcome in. Queen Cece, hello, hello. Please hit that thumbs up as you come in. West Virginia Hollow Girl, hello. Please hit that thumbs up as you come in. Let's get this out there. We are going to be talking about Sebastian Rogers and Hannah. I want to say her name properly, so just a moment. Hannah Kobayashi. She is missing as well. And while searching for her, I think day 13, her father was found in a parking garage half mile from the airport where she, and twist, right? Dad's searching and they find him unalive. They think he committed suicide, but of course, people think that's sus. And we are going to look into that one. And I wanted to point out to you, well, I was researching Hannah's case, and I haven't done a deep dive, but while I was learning about her case, I learned that Dog the Bounty Hunter is now involved in searching for Hannah and Sebastian. So Dog is now searching for 2 missing people. Bless him. And I'm grateful. And I hope more people with missing children, call. He's got movement. We've got more going on since Nick and At Night and Dog and his team and One World got involved. And I pray to God they're close to everyone. And Ginger Girl, I want to thank you for putting up the iPhone membership. Grandma is not going to be with us. I don't believe she's taken a little rest, but so I thank you for that. Thank you. I didn't realize that it's different. Is the one I put up earlier work? And yes, Sebastian's birthday is soon. And I want to look at the actual calendar of what day it is. Oh, perfect. Oh, that is actually perfect. It's on a Saturday. That's the Saturday my brother arrives, but we'll spend some time celebrating his birthday and honoring him and thinking of Seth and Robin and all the family who's missing him and loving him. Okay. I want to ask you all a question. Aloha. I love it when you all say aloha. You're new here, Giovanni. Welcome in. Everyone, please welcome Giovanni. She's new to our chat, our community visiting. Giovanni, are you familiar with the case? Because we know that awareness is being raised. So there is, thank you, Ginger Girl, for putting this up. Awareness is being raised so much by so many. Dog brought in a whole different audience, okay? And so many people are getting involved, and it's being raised now, awareness, that we need to remember when we're in our comments and when we're in the chat, that if someone asks a question, be kind and explain it to them, please. Don't get mad at them, because, we know we've all been here for 9 months, right? But not everyone has. So let's try and be patient, all of us, including myself. And remember that we want new people. We want as many eyes on this case. So if someone says something and it's you can tell it's because possibly haven't been following the case, fill them in. Don't run them off. Fill them in and don't say, why don't you know that? Well, we want them to start. If someone so much as says, when's his birthday or how old is he? Actually, someone asked me today how old he was, but I talk about him a lot. So Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is who we are here talking about. And also Miss Hannah, I want to say her name right, Kobayashi. And Dog the Bounty Hunter is involved now in searching for both of them. Welcome into everyone. Family members, mods, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. All of you who have been emailing me. Oh, Charlene, welcome in. Thank you for letting me know. Welcome to the family, hon. Everyone, please welcome Charlene. She signed up after the last live, just in time for our Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 11 o'clock my time. Excuse me. Oh, Georgia Tech's beating Georgia? Oh my gosh. Georgia is my son's team. He loves Georgia. My little granddaughter wears a little Georgia cheerleading outfit. It's adorable. Diana Bond, I so understand what you're saying. And I'm talking to y'all for a couple minutes. Usually we jump right into it, but I realize that emotions are high. You saw how I feel the last video. We care about Sebastian's life, and every moment counts. And it hurts my soul to know that at night has to go to the public and beg for information when the very mother has the information. We know that now. We're not surmising. She's in a conversation. And it really gets to me. And why wouldn't you call and go, oh my gosh, here's who that is? But no, she'd rather have the whole world trying to figure out what sweatshirt that is and what, just the whole thing. So yeah, I get how you're feeling. I'm angry. That footage of, let me make sure everyone knows what I'm talking about. Sorry, but I want to say something real quick. That footage that they showed Seth of them leaving has to be prior to the exchange, because that exchange was the last wave goodbye and everything seconds before they departed. So they showed him probably the exit and part of the walk. I don't know. I'm just totally surmising by logic, because Nick's at night's message says this person is, let me read it. I like to be accurate, and there have been so many updates. Praise goodness that they have kept this child's name out there with updates. And the thing I love about it is at night we'll just say, the search for, oh, that's right, the green hoodie we need. The one Justin brought out is now on X. They're looking for that. But we have to remember that sorry, my dog's going bananas next to me doing somersaults right now. You silly. Very distracting. I'm so sorry. I was saying, oh, it's just very sad that we have to rely on what if, and KP, I hope you're listening. What if 5 minutes is what mattered, and you're sitting around making the world search and look at clues? And you know what that tells us? Or you would just come forward and say, oh, here is who that is. Actually, let me retract that. You would come forward at the beginning and tell everything from the start. We are 9 months and 3 days in from when you reported him missing. And in my opinion, we are 9 months and 4 days in from the last time Sebastian was seen. So it's sad. It's heartbreaking. I feel you all. I don't even know how she can stand herself, in my opinion. Okay. I just don't. Every single piece of information that at night, praise goodness, and Nick, praise goodness, and Dog, who have constantly kept him out in the public, even when they just say, there's nothing really to report right now. We're looking, we care. You guys keep doing this. That counts. It matters, right? And it's important to us to hear that. And and when we have a parent who's not saying anything, and we have another parent whose heart's so shattered, he has great restraint. Let me say it that way. He has great restraint. Okay? But yes, someone just asked me, and I'm going to tell you, or someone asked, I saw on the thing because we were talking about it. They were not home on Monday, or were home on Monday. They are not home. The house is dark. The floodlights are on as of about, well, now I'll say about 20, 30 minutes ago. Okay. So just so you know, they are not on Stafford Court right now. And I'd be getting it the heck out of town too after that was released. And now the law enforcement can absolutely and take her in for not sharing that piece of information. She said the last people to see him alive were 2 aunts, a cousin, and the wait staff. That is not true. And they said Sebastian recognized the person she was speaking to. Now, we don't know if it's a male or a female in the green sweatshirt. Okay. Many people speculate it is the boyfriend, the alleged boyfriend. They are not disclosing yet the nature of the exchange that lasted in under a minute. An exchange. What is the nature of an exchange? Some of you feel maybe money was passed. I thought maybe a key to the house, a code, allegedly. We're just brainstorming. Everything is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. When I'm speaking like this, if I'm reading an article, that's fact. But what I bounce off of and say, I'm speculating, it's theory, in my opinion, entertainment, not to be taken as fact. We got some great critical thinkers in here. And we oftentimes, I mean, you all are amazing with the riddles. You know I'm not, but you're amazing. And when we started reading it backwards, and you know what I think is so cool is when you all will email me and you'll say, Jay, I think we should get back on and go back over those hints. Let's work those out again together. I love that because you know what that shows me? You all care so much and you love the community we're building when we go over things like that. You're all amazing. Welcome into all of you. So appreciate you. I didn't look up his birthday. I know his birthday. It's December 7th. I had to look up how many days. Cracker Case, are you talking to me? Cracker Cold Case, are you speaking to me? I hope not, in all caps. I looked up how many days it was from today. So, who is this? Who is Cracker Cold Case speaking to? Who in the world is Cracker Cold Case speaking to? I've known his birthday's December 7th for ages. Okay, the only thing I stopped to do was count exactly how many days it was from today. Before I said 8 days, I wanted to make sure it was 8 days, not 9 or 7. Cool your jets if you're talking to me. Mods, will you watch that situation for me, please? We do not talk rude to each other or me. This case is tough, isn't it, Christy? This case is a tough one. It's changed you. Christy, do you kind of mean like when you're thinking about things that people would never do and you're seeing it happen? Like, is that what you mean, Christy? Thank you, Senior Canine Mom. It's good to see you again. Yes, thank you, family. I was looking at the day it falls on, which is a Saturday, which means I'm not working. Okay, and it's 8 days from now, which is a Saturday, so I'm not working, so we can gather. That's what I meant. But, you know, we shouldn't have to, we are not going to spend our time. We have never done this where we have to spend our time addressing this kind of comment, and we won't. So if there's one more, just ban the person, please. Yes. Hello, everyone. Misty, you're so sweet. Hello to everyone. He will be 16. Aw, 16 likes to bring him home. Thank you, Nicey Marie. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So as they exited, let's go ahead and read the information again. Okay. And there is a new update about the sweatshirt where we read it while we were on live last time, but if you weren't here, At Night said 7 hours ago, the latest addition to our hoodies of interest, a dark green hoodie with white drawstrings, possibly linked to Gallatin Green Wave, a school or sports team. It includes a kangaroo pocket and ribbed cuffs and hem. Okay. And there's a photo of it, which I should have put on my thumbnail, and I will do so next time. That is the individual was wearing that. That person is a little bit heavier. That was at the Texas Roadhouse and the last person to see Sebastian, the last person to wave goodbye to Sebastian. So let me go ahead and read to you the information that I pulled from Nick. You all told me to watch Nick in the chat at Justin's, and while I was listening, and I certainly did. And thank you for doing that. I appreciate all of you. Misty, I sure hope you're feeling better, hon. Okay, Christy Baird, I would be happy to update you about a man in the parking lot. This, I'll read you, I'll start reading Nick's messages, and as they come in, I will explain what they mean because some of them aren't in order. Okay. Actually, I will go back right now and read the X information, Christy, so you have that. Okay. And anyone in here has it so they know exactly what we're all talking about. Because we do have others who don't miss a live or they're not here or just joining. Well, first of all, Nick just posted 3 hours ago. The truth lies not in what they utter, but in what they omit. Bingo. We just said that a couple hours ago. The truth lies. This is from Nick the Hat. The truth lies not in what they utter, but in what they omit. Allegedly, in my opinion, what Nick is speaking of is the fact that KP, omitted this fact that there was an individual that she had an exchange with in the parking lot, and that was one of the last people, that was the last person who saw him other than her. Lies always cast shadows, and it is these shadows that they feared would be noticed. And he has a hand signal there. It's like I'm so bad with those emojis. Let me look at it. Let me read it again. The truth lies not in what they utter, but in what they omit. Lies always cast shadows, and it is these shadows that they feared would be noticed. Okay? And that's absolutely correct. And she left out, she said 2 aunts. Well, one time she said it was just the 2 of them. I heard her say that. Thank you for putting I believe in there, Nicey Marie. You're amazing. Thank you. The truth lies not in what they utter, but in what they omit. You darn right. And now we have to have resources looking for a green sweatshirt because a mother won't just say who it is. And that's a travesty. That's so hard. But anyway, let's go back to the other messages from At Night so everyone knows what we are speaking about, what was left out, right? This is from At Night Private Intelligence. We have had amazing updates from all of them. And it's so important that they keep his name out there and we keep talking about him. And it's heartbreaking to read the one about Thanksgiving, but I absolutely am going to read it for those who didn't hear it. Okay. And I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I really do. And if you just joined, I will get to you in just a second. Irony Rose. Oh, Irony Rose, you are so sweet. Irony Rose just gifted 5 family Crime Time Buzz memberships. Be sure to say thank you. And Irony, that is so kind of you. We are growing and growing and growing. The family's growing. Silence speaks volumes. Absolutely. Oh, good. Keep up the chatter. Thank you. I sometimes I like to review because we have to remember, people are coming in now. They didn't know. New eyes, right? At Jay, I pray that you did as well. Thank you. You're all so sweet. Yes, so let me go ahead. I'm glad you all don't ever be afraid to say, "Hey you all, can you help us out?" I don't know what we're talking about. The omission of truth is a lie and it's very intentional. And it is obstruction of justice when things are omitted when they are looking for a missing child. And to be honest, if they've watched hi Lori, if they've watched all of her interviews, all of their interviews, I mean, can you get one straight story? One interview, Proudfoot says, let me make this crystal clear. Hold on, I need to check that in case it is a mod needing me. Let me make this crystal clear. He walked out that front door. He stood on my porch. Oh, it's Gma. Let me just tell her. Okay. And he stood on my porch. Let me make that crystal clear. And we need to go back to that interview too, where he said it. He walked out my door. He stood on my front porch. And it's crystal clear. And then another interview where he said that couldn't have happened because the hitting of, if he had locked the door with the code, it would have illuminated from the neighbor's camera. Remember the distaste in his voice when he said neighbor's camera? Okay. But it can't, so he contradicted himself right there, right? So if they look at those two things right there, those two interviews, where he is saying, crystal clear, let me make it clear, walk through the door, out onto my porch, he stood, right, stepped out onto my porch. Then that can't be in a different interview because it would have illuminated just touching the code if he had locked that door. So right there, that's two things from the stepfather that he could be brought in on allegedly, because both can't be true. You can't say he walked through the door and put his feet on the porch, and then that's not possible, and he can't go through a window because you would have heard him if he stepped in the wood chips. He would have screamed. You wouldn't have heard him go through the garage door. So what other option is there? Right? But they need to look through those things. So that's why I'm going to be talking to people this week in the next couple of days. Now that the holiday's over, thank you for those who are willing to watch videos. But I have a checklist we're going to watch so we can start comparing them. And we're going to start tonight by watching Duchess together. The very first interview they ever did, we're going to watch together here. It's not what she said, but what she didn't say. Yes, please print a flyer if you would. It is time for pressure. So what happened is, let's finish with the post, because there were several. This Thanksgiving, as families gather around their tables to share gratitude and joy, we are reminded that every family has a Sebastian, a teenage boy, sibling, or loved one who brings light and laughter to their lives. For Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, this year's table feels emptier without him, for his family. Sebastian, 15, has been missing since February 25th, 2024, after he vanished without a trace in Sumner County, Tennessee. Despite extensive efforts and the support of the community, Sebastian is not home this Thanksgiving. His family is left with unanswered questions and an empty seat at their table. Here it is, a critical lead. We are still working to identify an individual seen in the vicinity of Texas Roadhouse in Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 25th, 2024, between 5:30 and 10 p.m. This person briefly interacted with Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot, in an exchange lasting under 1 minute. Sebastian appeared to recognize the individual but did not wave or engage, an unusual behavior for him, according to his family. The individual waved goodbye, but Sebastian's lack of response has only deepened concerns about this critical moment. This person may hold important information about the events leading to Sebastian's disappearance. So the individual waved goodbye, okay? Sebastian's lack of response has deepened concerns about this critical moment. This person may hold important information about the events leading to Sebastian's disappearance, and his mother could lead people to that person. Clearly, his mother is not someone that is cooperating, in my opinion. Identifying and speaking with them remains a priority in our ongoing efforts to bring him home. The individual was wearing a distinctive olive or military green hoodie with the following features. Design light-colored angular patterns prominently visible on the chest area, appearing geometric or stacked in shape. Style, casual fit, likely with drawstrings, and now we've found out that they are white drawstrings or folds near the hood. Okay, so Sebastian's absence. Oh, I'm sorry. As we give thanks this holiday, let us remember those still waiting for answers. If you have information about Sebastian's disappearance, KP, allegedly, or this individual, we urge you to come forward. And that's what I was saying is, isn't it a shame that there is a parent who spoke to the person, never mentioned this occurred, and hasn't come forward now to say what happened? It's her son's life. So resources and time have to be spent searching for an individual that the mother of the missing child spoke to. So please, Sumner County, don't tell us she's cooperating again. Thank you. Sebastian's absence is felt deeply today. As you gather with loved ones, take a moment to think of Sebastian and the many missing children across the country who are not home this holiday season. Everyone has a Sebastian, a child who brings warmth and light to their lives. His family deserves answers, and together we can bring him home. We are incredibly grateful for the public's support and patience. We encourage anyone with information to come forward and join us in this mission. Together we can bring Sebastian safely home, and establish a legacy of hope for others. So they do still feel he is alive. I think. Thank you for your continued vigilance and support. Let's ensure that next year Sebastian is at the table with his family. There's a $200,000 reward now. So let me give you more information. There's a poster and it reads it a little bit better. During a brief interaction lasting less than a minute, an individual wearing a hoodie with distinctive features was observed in the area speaking with the mother of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And they mean the area of the Texas Roadhouse from 5:30 to 10 p.m. We observed in the area speaking with the mother of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers as he stood nearby. While the nature of this interaction will not be disclosed at this time, we believe this person may have information that could provide helpful context about the events leading up to Sebastian's disappearance. So Sebastian was standing nearby. Mother was talking to someone, failed to mention that ever in 9 months and 3 days. And is still not speaking about it. Okay. Then on top of that, Nick was in a chat the other day, Justin's, and dropped several other pieces of information. and I'm going to read them again, but let me check the chat. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. You're so very welcome. Thank you, all of you. Yes, the reason this case did not go cold, because believe me, in my opinion, Sumner County would have allowed it because we don't know anything. Hello, Low Red Zero. Thank you for being here to mod. Oh, that's so sweet. You're so sweet, Queen CC. Welcome to the family, dear. Yes. Oh no, don't expire on us, Queen CC. Hi, K-Mac. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello, Michelle Scott. Thank you for being here. So I just want to say hello to everyone, as many as I can. Spiked Mountain Dew, welcome to the family. Jen and Don Though, family members. Titch, hello. Hello, welcome to the family. And see, that's the thing, is it does make us wonder, okay, could there, a little hope, right? More hope. So Nick gave us some information. Sebastian was wearing lighter blue jeans, a black short-sleeved Star Wars shirt with Yoda on the front, and newish-looking New Balance white tennis shoes. They look new. Uh-oh, is my internet about to go out? Y'all, I just got an alert. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I'm losing my internet. If I go away, I just got an alert. My internet's like low signal. Oh, R. Taylor, thank you so much. If you receive a family membership from R. Taylor, so nice to give 5 of them. Thank you. 5 new members of the family. Michelle, thank you so much. Michelle Weddle, that is so kind of you. I appreciate you all so much. I truly do. You're all amazing. Wonderful. So I wonder why it's saying that. Connection is unstable, it's saying. So just hopefully we can get through this, right? Okay. So yes, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, or hit the thumbs up. So Nick said, let's go through his messages. Jeans, white shoes that look newish or freshly washed. But Justin looked at him and said they look new. New Balance, white, blue jeans, and Yoda from Star Wars shirt. Okay, short sleeve black. That's what he was wearing Sebastian was wearing at the Texas Roadhouse. Short sleeve black t-shirt with Yoda from Star Wars and blue jeans. He said if the skunks weren't chasing people away, they might have found the green hoodie 8 months ago. They were talking about when Sebastian was when he took the can to the curb. And one thing Nick said is they left the Texas Roadhouse at 6:22 p.m. and got home at 6:40 at the latest. Okay. And so he said if they said 6 o'clock, that's fake. He could not have done that. They left dinner at 6:22. And he said, what time then did someone take it out? Right? It could not have been. Someone said 5:30 or 6ish, but that can't be because they were at dinner till 6:22. At least Sebastian was at dinner till 6:22. And here's where Nick says again, but they left at 6:22 p.m. and got home at 6:40. So I wonder what time that person taking out the trash is on camera. Is it before Sebastian even left Texas Roadhouse, or is it after 6:40 p.m.? Then Nick said, he said he could have gotten home We will find out. Green hoodie might know. Now think about an under a minute exchange. A lot of people feel it was, a lot of people feel that it was possibly a BF, allegedly, side piece, allegedly, follow me home kind of thing. Sebastian maybe doesn't like the person because, he's got intuition, allegedly. I don't know. Then Nick says, did they release photos? Oh, I didn't see this one. Did they release photos of the shoes at the house? Did they release photos of the shoes at the house? Oh, he's asking, did they release photos of the shoes at the house? If not, case is a joke. The shoes he had on looked rather new. I hope they took photos so now Seth can look at those shoes because Seth said those were all his shoes. So there must have been a new pair not mentioned in the narrative, right? And Nick said the shoes looked rather new. Let's see what else he said. What shirt did they tell the public he wore on February 25th? Nick's asking, what shirt did they tell the public he wore on February 25th to the Texas Roadhouse? It would be the same shirt that they gave allegedly to, from what the PI said to the scent dogs, right? So it better have had a Yoda on it. Because didn't Chloe or one of the PIs say that they took the clothes from that night at Texas Roadhouse and used them for scent dogs? So that person would be able to answer Nick as to what clothes, they were indicating he had on. Because if it's not a Yoda shirt that they handed for the scent dog, something's even more fishy, right? And then Nick says, why did they hide green hoodie in their identity? That is so weird. Yes, it is. And then Nick says, not to mention a creep with a yellow raincoat and a COVID mask, and a second guy with surgical gloves, which now we found out they're blue, went walking by as they leave. So surgical gloves and a guy in a yellow raincoat with a jumbo face mask is what he says now, later on. He says, let's see what he says next. I'm just trying to give you all what I saw. Jumbo COVID mask. I haven't finished all the lives. Then a guy with surgical gloves walking. That's freaky, you guys. The guy with surgical gloves was trying, allegedly, if he's involved, obviously to cover fingerprints. And the person with the face mask didn't want their face seen. The person in the yellow raincoat, by the way, is taller and thinner with a balding head on the top. Please say no names in the chat. And the person in the green sweatshirt's heftier, or like heftier than that, not fat, but more stocky. And from the other creator who saw it, they said it wasn't CP, allegedly. It had gold. The green olive sweatshirt had gold or yellow letters on it. And that's about where we're at with the information so far. So what I want to do is I want to go and watch together the very first interview they ever did, not the first local one, because before the first local one, it's digitizing my voice a bit. Yeah, is that better now? Because my Wi-Fi thing's gone now. Is my sound a little better? Oh, Shellbell, thank you so much. You are so kind. Shellbell gifted a family membership as well. If you've received one, say thank you and join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Shellbell. That's very nice. Thank you, Nicey Marie. I hope it's sounding better. That's very, very nice. Be sure you thank her. Oh, Shelly Pendergrass, welcome to the family. Everyone, welcome. Shelly, the lad at the mountain said Skechers on as well. So they left at 6:22 p.m. Yes. And 6:22 a.m. was when CP called Seth. Interesting. 12 hours they had to play with, in my opinion. It would be good to know that. Good to know what, dear? What are we looking for, K-Mac? A brown-eyed girl gifted a membership. If you're getting a membership, family membership from our kind friend Brown-Eyed Girl, please thank Brown-Eyed Girl. That's very nice, Brown-Eyed Girl. And you will be able to join us tomorrow, 1 p.m. Getting lots of new family members. So what I want to do is I want to watch the first interview, first one ever, first time they ever got out and spoke about, hold on, someone's saying my name. I want to see what they, your internet's been cutting in and out too, Diana Bond? Oh, you have snow coming. Oh my. I do not. I'm in Arizona. So, yeah, sorry. I hope, is it sounding better now? Cousin, yes, that's who I'm thinking. Gypsy. Yes. We're going to discuss some of that stuff in the family members live tomorrow. Michelle Scott. Yeah, the long sleeve black sweatshirt is what they said he went to bed in and went missing in. They didn't they didn't know what the graphic was, remember? But I never heard specifically what he was wearing in the Texas Roadhouse. And remember people asked, asked Seth, were the clothes from Texas Roadhouse there in the house, and one of the PIs said that they know that the Proudfoots had given it to the Texas Roadhouse clothes to someone for a scent dog. Now that we know what the clothes, now before that wasn't disclosed, we don't even know what was on the graphic that he went to bed in, and we didn't know what specifically he was wearing in the Texas Roadhouse. Now we do. So it'd be interesting for whoever was given those clothes for the scent dog to come out and say, was it a Yoda on a black t-shirt? That's important, right? So real creepy, 6:22 p.m. The last person to wave goodbye to Sebastian is green sweatshirt person. Sebastian does not respond or react. And the next few seconds is the last time he was ever seen on surveillance or ever seen. Okay. And that's what we're dealing with. They are asking for information about that person from 5:35 to, let me see the time, 5 to 10 p.m., I think. Oops. Let me look again for you. I want to give you the accurate information here. It changes moment to moment, and I'm so glad they keep us updated like that. Search. 5:30 to 11 was the first one. Let's see where we're at now, if we're still at 5:30 to 11. 5:30 to 11, 5:30 and 11. I'm looking for the one, So we are going to watch with Duchess, the first interview, first words they ever spoke about their son, stepson, and son. And the time is, I'm trying to see now what time they're looking for here on this one. This one doesn't quite give a time. The one where he's holding up the target practice doesn't have a time on it. They're just looking for information, and sadly, the mother has it and doesn't give it. So, and if that isn't enough to let you know she knows something, I don't know what is. I really don't. But let's go ahead and get started with full credit to Duchess True Crime. We are going to watch, and I am going to be stopping it when I notice things. And you go ahead and put BUZZ buzz in all caps if there's something you notice that you want me to go over when I stop it, okay? Well, probably Sam R, because they're embarrassed because they know what they didn't do or didn't act upon, allegedly, in my opinion. That's what I think. Why you wouldn't want to bring someone in and open your books, right? You're all so kind. Thank you so much for everything and for gifting those memberships and those of you who have joined. Hi, Jay. Interesting thought. On the dispatch call, there was talks of a guy in a yellow rain jacket. Also, Bobby said some same description of people who wore night goggles. Okay, so tomorrow during our members live, well, let's listen to the dispatches again also. And remember, I have the cleaned up audio now, and I have what a detective listened to and said they thought it was. Okay, so let me write that down because we will go over the dispatches again. Do you know which dispatch call? Oh no, I know which ones. It's the original 3. Okay, and then we will also go over the cleaned up audio that I have. So bring your headphones tomorrow, and then we will discuss some of the other stuff. We will also go over Bobby's clip where she's talking about the person going through with the ski goggles that night. Okay, so we will cover some of that stuff and talk about it, and then share some other things we're thinking tomorrow. And as you know, I just keep the members' lives. I don't put them out because we do talk a little bit freer amongst each other. Michelle, I think she said when he said good night, remember, and good night, doggies, he was standing in the hallway, if I believe correctly. And that's probably okay. We're all ready. Get your notepads out. This is what we're going to do. Oh, Candace D, welcome to the family. It's so good to have you. Everyone, please welcome Candace. Please welcome Candace in. Candace, 1 p.m. Saturdays. Yes, we'll look forward to that. Thank you, Crafting in True Crime, Jacqueline. Okay. The night goggles. That just is unbelievable. Y'all, we could go to a movie producer and say some of this stuff. Looking forward to having you, Candace D. Welcome to the family. And saying this stuff, and they literally would laugh and say no one would ever buy it. Right? Craziness. Well, let's go ahead and full credit to Duchess. Let me get a banner up there for Duchess True Crime before we play this. We are playing this because I want to go back to the very first words, the very first ever narrative about Sebastian. This is the first time they ever spoke. I hope And if you haven't seen it, I'm glad we're watching it. And if you have, I'm glad we're watching it because we always see something new. And if someone can drop a link to her channel, excuse me 1 second, let me get back to it. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. So I am going to share it. We're going to talk about the things that come up in it and the things that don't. Okay. And I will get back to you. Good Measures got the notepad out. Everyone, good job. Get out those notepads. What's a message removal? Sorry about the message. Oh, no problem, Teresa Wilson. It happens. Heck, I'll remove things anytime. Okay, first ever. Here we go. Melissa Reynolds joined too. Welcome to the family, Melissa Reynolds. Welcome, welcome. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So glad to see many of you joining us. Best video is ridiculous. I'm not sure what best video is, but we're going to go ahead. It's a long, twisted turn. It's like if you follow Summer Wells' case, same thing. Where do you begin, right? Hi, Sped Teacher. It's so good to see you. Mods, thank you so much, by the way, for everything you're doing. Let's go ahead and get started with the very first interview the Proudfoots ever did about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Oh, here it is. Okay. Full credit to Duchess True Crime. I will have to mute myself. So I'll come back in because we'll have to stop this probably a lot. Get your notebooks out. Let me get my stuff out too. I have a chart for this one, and I want to add different categories for those of you who are willing to watch interviews. I will have the chart based on what we're doing here because I have the chart in there, but there were things I wanted to add. So I'll have that chart so you can start watching interviews. Love it that some of you have requested interviews you want to watch. And indeed, we'll set it up that way. So without further ado, the very first interview ever. Let me make sure, see what date it was. Hold on. March 3rd. I have to change the banner. I misspelled her name. Hold on. March 3rd was the date this aired. And CB, some of us found out that is, we have great researchers. Was aired on March 3rd, excuse me. I believe she said it was done on March 3rd. I can go check once I get this started. Okay, so March 3rd is when this aired. This is the very first ever interview with the Proudfoots about Sebastian Rogers. The next interview is the next day with local news. Also, the next day is the day that Sumner County Sheriff's Office scaled back. Scaled back the search. As soon as I get this going, I am going to mute myself.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you joining us.
You're welcome.
We had a really good conversation today, and I appreciate you being willing to talk to me about Sebastian going missing. So I guess I will just kind of start out with tell me what happened the day that Sebastian went missing. I know that his mom said that he was having a good day. He had had a great weekend. So do you want to walk us through what that looks like again for everybody?
He did have a really good weekend, actually. When we come home from having supper that evening, he was playing.
Mhm.
When he went to bed, when I told him to go to bed, he said, "I love you, Mama," and he said, "I love you, puppies." A little later in the
Okay, right there. She went from what did she say? Got home from dinner. I'm going to rewind that.
And these, I mean, you know me well enough to know that in these kind
Joining us.
You're welcome.
We had a really good conversation today, and I appreciate you being willing to talk to me about Sebastian going missing. So I guess I will just kind of start out with tell me what happened the day that Sebastian went missing. I know that his mom said that he was having a good day. He had had a great weekend. So do you want to walk us through what that looks like again for everybody?
He did have a really good weekend, actually. When we come home from having supper that evening, he was playing.
Mhm.
When he went to bed, when I told him to go to bed, he said, "I love you, Mama," and he said, "I love you, puppies." A little later in the evening, I myself went to bed, and when I went to wake him up for school, he wasn't here.
Okie dokes, my friends. So let's just start right there. First of all, I can't stand it when she says there's a really good weekend. Actually, it's like he doesn't usually have good weekends, and that bothers me. But she starts right with got home from supper. Okay, that's where she begins. He was playing. Notice no times are given. First time they have ever spoken on this, and she's not providing times. This could have been, we don't know because times aren't provided. First time she's ever speaking about her missing son and gives no times. Home for supper, playing, went to bed. Love you, Mama, puppies. And later, I myself went to bed, and then he wasn't there when I woke him up. 0 times. And also, where's the taking the trash out? Right? Where's the 3-hour phone call? Where's the 3-hour phone call? Where's her on the couch studying? Because these are things she said in other interviews. She said he took the trash out because that's his chore. No bedtime routine for a child with, all children should have bedtime routines, but especially a child with autism. But my point is no shower, right? But my point is she's given no times. She jumps from home to supper to playing to bed. No times, no specifics. I love you, Mama and puppies. Later, I went to bed. There was no thud in there, no noise, no thud. No getting things ready for school, exactly. No studying her business administration book. No details. No meds, no brushing teeth. Right. All of that is completely left out. No trash chore, which we know became very important. Okay. Yep. Didn't say he was in his room. Good catch, Sam R. This is why we do this. Did not say in his room, said playing. So write that down. Never said in his room yet. At least KP doesn't when she says it. We know who will probably chime in any minute. Okay. Also important to notice what KP is saying when he interrupts her. That's something on my charts that I've been trying to write down is whenever he interrupts her, what is the topic? What is the topic when he says crystal clear or transparency? What is the topic when he says, I'm not supposed to do or disclose? Those are some of the things we need in our chart, okay? Yes, Irony Rose, you are absolutely correct. They have said many times that when a mother or a parent is talking about the last time they see their child, they don't usually include, I love you, mom, I love you, son. That's not what they normally do. Unless it's odd if they do to emphasize it. It's a red flag. It usually didn't happen, is what was that Peter Hyatt who said that? Might have been. But that it's a red flag. Yes, so she just jumped right through it, right? So let's keep going. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And if you hear any of his famous coin phrases, transparency, crystal clear, or if you realize says he's not allowed to disclose something or do something, or he interrupts her. Let's write that down. Okay, exactly. Like he coughed before she started in this one. Exactly. Where exactly did he cough? Before she started speaking at all. See, I didn't even catch that one. Awesome, K-Mac. So there's a cough in here somewhere. Perfect. Let's keep going. This is the first words they ever said, so they are important because this is the narrative they chose to put forth March 3rd, which was, and it's not that I don't know the date, dear cold case, it's that I'm counting the days from the 26th to March 3rd. This is the narrative, okay, that they've developed or that they've written down in facts, whatever it is, we're not saying, but this is the narrative they chose to put forth for the first time. It was leap year, so 6 days later. Okay. 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 7 days later. We're going to go back to it. I'm muting myself.
And you did tell me that Sebastian is not a runner.
He's not.
It's okay. Take your time.
Sebastian does not have a history of running. I mean, the young man doesn't go outside very much. I mean, everybody in the neighborhood knows him. He is very to himself, so to speak. Between the hours of 12 and 6, he has basically vanished. Walked out of the house, the door was locked and gone.
He didn't take a phone. None of his shoes are missing.
Now, you told me that night that, now, Chris, you were at work. You were out of town at work,
Yes, ma'am.
so you were not even home.
Correct, ma'am.
And Mom, you fell asleep on the couch about 10 o'clock, but you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m. And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed, and you said that was around midnight.
Midnight.
And nothing was unusual at that point. Everything seemed okay. So do you want to walk us through what that joining us? So do you want to walk us through what that looks like again for everybody?
He did have a really good week.
Walked out of the house. He is very to himself, so to speak. Between the hours of 12 and 6, he has basically vanished. Walked out of the house, the door was locked and gone.
He didn't take a phone. None of his shoes are missing.
Now you
So let's go back. What did he say? Gone. Okay. I want to point that out. I want to go back right there and just replay that one more time. 1 second.
the live stream. Thank you so much for
He
A little later in the evening, I myself went to bed, and when I went to wake him up for school, he wasn't here.
and you did tell me that Sebastian is not a runner.
He's not.
It's okay. Take your time.
Sebastian does not have a history of running. I mean, the young man doesn't go outside very much. I mean, everybody in the neighborhood knows him. He is very to himself, so to speak. Between the hours of 12 and 6, he has basically vanished. Walked out of the house, the door was locked and gone.
He didn't take a phone. None of his shoes are missing.
Now, you told me that night that, now, Chris, you were at work. You were out of town at work,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you were not even home.
Correct, ma'am.
And Mom, you fell asleep on the couch about 10 o'clock, but you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m. And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed, and you said that was around midnight.
Midnight.
And nothing was unusual at that point. Everything seemed okay.
There's actually a piece of, so to make something very crystal clear, so that way
Okay.
there's transparency across the board. Me and the mom were on the phone at 9:43 or 9:46 in the evening. We stayed on the phone for quite some time. The call logs have been verified by all the police departments, TBI included. We stayed on the phone. It was very lengthy. Mom did slightly start falling asleep while she was on the couch. I had said, hey, you need to wake up, put the dogs up, go to bed. Now, mind you, that was right around midnight, just before midnight or right around midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So then Mom does go to bed and wakes up early in the morning to go wake her son up, get him ready for school. And now we have a worried mom who can't find her son in the house. Mom made an effort to look and search several times. Mom has called me at the time and asked me, she was like, I can't find him. I was like, do what? She goes, yeah, I cannot find him. I said, well, hang on. I made the phone call and reported it to the sheriff's department because that's what we're supposed to do. And within 10 minutes, the sheriffs were dispatched to the location.
So, there we go. So she had to fill in for us 9 p.m. He went to bed. Duchess filled that in because she had spoken to them prior. She said you were on the couch around 10 p.m. falling asleep. At midnight, CP says, got up, told her to put the dogs away and go to bed. One thing he said, crystal clear and transparent. That is a red flag. That's the best question that's the question of the last 9 months, my dear friend. Okay. So, crystal clear transparency. Red flag right there. We shared a phone call at 9:46. He had the exact moment. Call logs are already all verified by all departments, including TBI. Yeah, okay. Right. I call red flag. Okay. Then I have a worried mom, not wife. Not Katie was worried. I have a worried mom. It's almost like he's distancing himself from the situation. Okay. Trying to. He says she can't find him in the house. She made effort to look for him. She called me, and what did he say his first words were? Do what? Pause. Do what? What if, and I'm just asking you this based on what he said, what if she called him and said, did you take Sebastian allegedly? And he said, do what? Because he said, do what? Okay. That do what is important in my opinion. What if she was asking? I don't know. What if she knowledge now, but what if they pulled where, people behind the scenes did this? But nope, she was talking to someone, right? See, whenever we want to go back to accident or anything it's even more obvious because she's withheld things. So I can't give her that benefit of the doubt. I'm trying, but I can't. Okay. So he says he made the call to the sheriff. He didn't say he didn't say it was a three-way call. He said, I called the sheriff because that's what we're supposed to do. Oh, welcome to the family, Seven True. He called the sheriff because that's what he's supposed to do. No thud mentioned still, exactly. Actually, I want to tell you something, Shelbout. I have research and I'll pull my notes. I believe the noise was introduced on day 18 and day 22 or 23, it turned into a thud. I never have time to go back through my notes, but I believe that somewhere like that. It was not brought up right away. Oh, you call her KK. Okay. You can call her KK. Okay. Phone call, couch was emphasized, crystal clear and transparent. Yep, both of them. Red flag, in my opinion. Yep, mom, not wife, not Katie. We have a mom. She didn't say the phone call. That's right. So he had to add that in there, right? Allegedly. I made the phone call to sheriff because that's what we're supposed to do. He's speaking of her, in my opinion, in the third person because he's trying to distance himself, like he's someone looking in, if that makes sense. Think of a book being written. It's like you're not right there, but you're looking in and you're telling about it. And that's what he's trying to mentally put us, honestly, where we think he's looking in, telling about it. That's why he's saying, I've got a mom. He's trying to distance himself. I worry about that too. I got one better for you, Shellbell. Why wouldn't you call the real father, the father? There's no real father. He is the father. Why wouldn't you call the father and say, oh my gosh, do you know where Sebastian is? Did you come get him? Did he walk to you? Did he call you? Have you heard anything? Before you alerted the sheriff. Right? He said she made efforts to look. He's telling the story, in my opinion, Mocha Meadow, because he knows exactly what the narrative has to say. Pay attention to when he cuts in. What was she talking about when he just broke in? With his crystal clear stuff and the phone call. She was telling about the evening, and he had to get that phone call in there because that phone call, in my opinion, contributes to what he thought would contribute to an alibi, allegedly, in my opinion. Okay, let's keep going. You all are on top of it. It's interesting to go back and look. Hi, Woman's Warrior. Good to see you. It's interesting to go back and look, isn't it? This is the first words they ever said. Let me put Duchess's back up, please. And then what I'm going to do is full credit to Duchess True Crime. Thank you, Duchess, for doing this interview. And I will mute myself and I will be back. Hello, Barbaloo. Hello, Thomas Randall.
And you had told me that there hadn't been any particular situation that had occurred where you felt like there would have been something that happened. And I also had asked you if there were any friends that Sebastian might have possibly left the house with, or if he had any contact with anyone on social media. Do you want to comment about that again?
He doesn't have a social media.
Okay.
And the only friends that he had were a couple of kids in school.
Okay.
All the kids that have had any interaction with him have been interviewed and asked.
Okay.
We as parents know how social media can be,
Right.
and seeing how kids can be easily manipulated.
He's very young in mind.
Yes, he may be.
Right.
He's about 15, and he's 15 in age in his body, but his mind is not caught up to his body. But that is something that goes through with autistic children, as everybody would know.
Right.
But for the record, I am a very strict parent. He does not have social media, not in our household. He doesn't online game. I'm pretty strict when it comes to that kind of situation.
Well, that's good. That's good, Chris, that you have control of that, because social media can be very dangerous for young kids, because they don't realize who they may be talking to on social media. So it's always good to have that awareness and to make sure you're monitoring, what your kids are doing. So I had asked you both, did you have any idea what would make Sebastian want to suddenly leave the house? And you told me, well, that's the $1 million question that everybody wants to know. All the detectives, they've all asked that same question. What is it that happened that caused him to leave the house? And I know you must be so worried and so concerned. Is there anything, if Sebastian were listening to this live stream right now, if you knew that he was out there, what would you want to tell him?
That we love you and to come home.
I mean, it's pretty simple. This boy has a very large family that everybody is asking the question, where are you? We love you, and please come home.
Yes. We definitely need to find him as soon as possible. If you live in this area, please search your property every day. He could be on the move. Just because you've already searched your property one time doesn't mean that you don't need to continue to search your property on a daily basis, just to be sure. If you have a lot of land, it needs to be searched, just to be sure, because he may be lost. He may be somewhere and he can't find his way back. So that's why it's very critical. Can you talk to me about the search and rescue efforts? Are they searching on land, air?
Okay, before we get into Yeah, don't get mad. And that's what you do when you've done something wrong, right? In my opinion. So what they've added is he's very young in mind from KP. This is the first thing they're telling the public. He is 15 in age and body, but not mind. The couple of friends he does have were interviewed. CP said he's a strict parent with social media. They said he does not have a social media. When she asked CP what would make him leave, what happened, he said he told her that's the $1 million question that all the detectives want to know. Peter Hyatt said that is a huge red flag. Yes, I'll play that again. I will play it again. Huge red flag, because the $1 million question should be, where is he? Not what happened to make him leave. Where is he? If you said he walked out. So great at chess. That's right. He can plan moves. He's strategic. He would not have left without a plan, without shoes, without a coat, without a phone, without nothing, in my opinion. Okay. So yes, I will play that back again.
Unusual at that point. Everything seemed okay.
The young man doesn't go outside very much. I mean, everybody in the neighborhood knows him. He is very to himself, so to speak. Between the hours of 12 and 6, he has basically vanished. Walked out of the house, the door was locked and gone.
He didn't take a phone. None of his shoes are missing.
Now, you told me that night now, Chris, you were at work. You were out of town at work,
Yes,
so you were not even home.
Correct, ma'am.
And Mom, you fell asleep on the couch about 10 o'clock, but you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m. And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed, and you said that was around midnight.
Midnight.
And nothing was unusual at that point. Everything seemed okay.
There's actually a piece of, so to make something very crystal clear, so that way there's transparency across the board. Me and the mom were on the phone at 9:43 or 9:46 in the evening. We stayed on the phone for quite some time. The call logs have been verified by all the police departments, TBI included. We stayed on the phone. It was very lengthy. Mom did slightly start falling asleep while she was on the couch. I had said, hey, you need to wake up, put the dogs up, go to bed. Now, mind you, that was right around midnight, just before midnight or right around midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So then Mom does go to bed and wakes up early in the morning to go wake her son up, get him ready for school. And now we have a worried mom who can't find her son in the house. Mom made an effort to look and search several times. Mom has called me at the time and asked me, she was like, I can't find him. I was like, do what? She goes, yeah, I cannot find him. I said, well, hang on. I made the phone call and reported it to the sheriff's department because that's what we're supposed to do. And within 10 minutes, the sheriffs were dispatched to the location.
And you had told me that there hadn't been any particular situation that had occurred where you felt like there would have been something that happened. And I also had asked you if there were any friends that Sebastian might have possibly left the house with, or if he had any contact with anyone on social media. Do you want to comment about that again?
He doesn't have a social media.
Okay.
And the only friends that he had were a couple of kids in school.
Okay.
All the kids that have had any interaction with him have been interviewed and asked.
Okay.
We as parents know how social media can be,
Right.
and seeing how kids can be easily manipulated.
He's very young in mind.
Yes, he may be.
Right.
He's about 15, and he's 15 in age in his body, but his mind is not caught up to his body. But that is something that goes through with autistic children, as everybody would know.
Right.
But for the record, I am a very strict parent. He does not have social media, not in our household. He doesn't online game. I'm pretty strict when it comes to that kind of situation.
Well, that's good. That's good, Chris, that you have control of that, because social media can be very dangerous for young kids, because they don't realize who they may be talking to on social media. So it's always good to have that awareness and to make sure you're monitoring, what your kids are doing. So I had asked you both, did you have any idea what would make Sebastian want to suddenly leave the house? And you told me, well, that's the $1 million question that everybody wants to know. All the detectives, they've all asked that same question. What is it that happened that caused him to leave the house? And I know you must be so worried and so concerned. Is there anything, if Sebastian were listening to this live stream right now, if you knew that he was out there, what would you want to tell him?
That we love you and to come home.
I mean, it's pretty simple. This boy has a very large family that everybody is asking the question, where are you? We love you, and please come home.
Yes. We definitely need to find him as soon as possible. If you live in this area, please search your property every day. He could be on the move. Just because you've already searched your property one time doesn't mean that you don't need to continue to search your property on a daily basis, just to be sure. If you have a lot of land, it needs to be searched, just to be sure, because he may be lost. He may be somewhere and he can't find his way back. So that's why it's very critical. Can you talk to me about the search and rescue efforts? Are they searching on land, air? They also have dive teams there. What can you tell us about that?
So currently, as of today, the National Guard was also brought in to help with the search, but they have had fixed wing aircraft, helicopters, horseback ATVs, side by side, door to door, scouring every neighborhood possible. The outreach from the community.
Okay, before we go any further, since someone wanted us to rewind, thank you for doing that, by the way. Because what I forgot to mention is, did you notice CP says he does not have a history of running? He doesn't go outside much. He keeps to himself, but everyone in the neighborhood knows him. Now, we've heard from neighbors who didn't know him. Some didn't even know he lived there. So why would that be said that all of the neighbors know him? Everyone in the neighborhood knows him. Okay. But the thing that concerns me the most is what I heard is where he says vanished, gone. I don't like it. What else did you guys pick up? And then we'll move on. He's so grateful for the people who are searching. And allegedly, according to one of, I think it was Dog, he was spraying people with water. Hi, Jazz. How you doing? Yes, I agree, Jazz. Hi, Queen CC. What are you saying? Oh, interesting. Most liars and their voice tones in a higher octave. Yeah. Yeah, wake her son up. And it's interesting too, because when you say that a child is like your own, do you really have your own children call you Mr. Chris? Come on. Does Faith call him Mr. Chris? I highly doubt that. So Sebastian was not loved and treated as one of his own, in my opinion. Because I doubt Faith calls her father Mr. Chris, like he made Sebastian. Okay, so now he's thanking everyone for the search. I want to just see what you all picked up, if there's anything you all picked up. Yes, thank you, Ginger Girl. Fair Use Act for Criticism, Commentary, and Education. This is Duchess True Crime. Let me put the banner back up. And we will keep going.
And various counties has been extremely welcoming, loved. I mean, it's we've been told this is probably one of the largest searches that they've conducted with so much input that it's a case to be studied for sure.
There it is.
You have a lot of people that are praying and supporting you right now. Was his ask, would he be able to ride a city bus?
Nothing is off the table as far as abilities. Could the young man get on a bus? I'm sure he could.
We've never done it before.
We've never rode a city bus, so I don't think he understands the process. He doesn't have any sense of money. He may have, like, let's say, a $20 bill in his hand, but he doesn't truly understand what $20 would get him.
He's good
Right.
at this, but he doesn't
I understand.
time and money.
And Single Mom says, does he want his real father? Maybe. I'm just asking. Well, it turns out, Single Mom, that, he sees his real father every other weekend. And the real father, he is heavily involved in this situation and is aware. And he doesn't know where Sebastian is either, correct?
Correct. I mean, I can tell you this.
His father's very much involved in his life.
Yes, very much involved in his life. The relationship between all three of us as parents is not your common one. I mean, me and the father talk on a regular basis. We call each other, we talk. Hey, if we heard anything, how's he doing? Is he acting up? I mean, it's not, there's no really animosity in between the parents.
That's good. That's good. Discovering the truth. Thank you for being here. They say, did he have any special interest?
Okay, so let's go through that. Let's go. Okay, you guys, okay, good. Whew. Pamela Hale, welcome to the family. Everyone, please welcome Pamela Hale as well. Welcome all our new family members. A case to be studied, did he say for years or for sure? So, yep, that's where it was. We heard he said that. This will be a case to be studied, and very interesting. He says about their relationship as a family, as the father, mother, and the stepfather. Seth sees sees him every weekend. KP said the father is very much involved. CP said very much involved. Our relationship is not common. We call, we talk. Of course, CP has to throw in there and ask if if he was acting up. Why does he always have to act like he's got to worry if he's doing something wrong, in my opinion? No animosity. So how that has changed. How that has changed. And here's what I want to point out. Why in the world would they have animosity now? Why would they have animosity for Seth? He's been searching, going to vigils, planning vigils, doing the media interviews. Why would they have animosity there? I can see why Seth would have animosity, in my opinion, as a parent, if the other parent was not searching, not doing media interviews, not speaking out or up, not doing that stuff. There's where the animosity might start. But why are they mad at Seth? And like it said on Nick's page in September, we found it today and we read it earlier, where it said, quotes Chris P. CP saying, if you make this thing any bigger or something, you won't be able to whatever, you won't be able to, if this thing gets any bigger because of you or something, you won't be able to talk about it or something. And it said, he threatening the father of unaliving him. Why wouldn't you want it bigger? You'd want the whole world looking for your own, right? So many people who want that attention. So very interesting. Let's keep going. Let me see if there's anything else. You all, thank you for welcoming. That's so kind of you, Little Red. Thank you, everyone. Maj, you're doing a great job. I agree. And I'll say one thing. When he also said one time, he said, and imagine he did this without even leaving any evidence behind. I've never heard CP rave or praise Sebastian, in my opinion. I think he was praising himself, allegedly, in my opinion, or someone he knew for not leaving evidence behind, allegedly, in my opinion. Okay? Why would we need to study it? Oh, great point. This was a week in. This case will be studied. What did he say? This case will be studied for years, and we're only at a week in? That's a great point, D. May. That's 1 week in. Why would they think it would go on much more than another day, right? He gets a bus to school. That's good to know. I've heard varying stories on that. So he does take the bus to school. That's good to know. Okay. His teacher said he was extremely intelligent. But yet they're trying to make him sound like he's very young, very mind. His mind does not match his body, yet he's beating adults in chess. A game a lot of people can't play. I don't even know how to play chess. Okay, so a lot of things being said. These are the first words. Have you heard anything about him taking the trash to the driveway? Not yet. Do you think that was interjected when people, were starting to question after this first interview? I don't know. Let's see if it comes up. How do we know he got home, kind of thing? And then after this first interview, and maybe that became interjected. I don't know. Let's keep going. I'll mute myself so you don't get an echo.
Like trains, parks, friends, maybe a school bus route that he loved. My son elopes and loves trains, so he heads to the tracks.
He loves playgrounds.
Yeah, he loves playgrounds. I mean, he loves to play. I give him that. Friends wise,
He wants friends.
Sebastian, his idea of his friend is right now is what he has 2 kids that he talks to at school, but he is extremely socially awkward. And so it's very difficult for him to make friends, which has been this boy's only lifelong dream. He Christmas, what do you want for Christmas? I want friends. Birthday, I want friends. Anything that he could do to get a friend, he would love to do it, which is potentially dangerous because that could open up doors if for somebody to say, hey, I'll be your friend, and potentially cause harm.
Kim Holmes asked if there's any cameras in the area, and I did see, Kim, that they were asking for people that had any Ring doorbell footage or any businesses that had camera footage. Talk to us about that, Chris. We did speak about that briefly earlier about the people getting all the footage, but they haven't found anything.
Our entire neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods have voluntarily and with generosity given up any video footage that they've got. And, I mean, they have let the apartments come in and view and monitor. So as far as cameras, everybody has turned over everything. There's thousands of hours of stuff that they are combing through to try to find an answer.
It looks like Tish is local to the area. She said, I go to the grocery store or anywhere and our eyes are peeled looking for him. I work at a local restaurant and I'm checking cars as they come through the drive-thru every day. Bless you, Tish. I know this family is very grateful. Discovering the Truth says, so he probably knows the route to his father's house. So maybe he was in the process of heading in that direction.
That has not been ruled out. I mean, like I said, the search that they are conducting is extremely widespread and thorough.
Mhm.
So nobody is ruling that out as a possibility.
But normally when he wants to go to his dad's, he just says so. And we just call his dad.
Yeah, I mean, it's dad will come down here. We meet him halfway. I mean, there's this. He's never wanted to go to his dad's and not been able to go. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I mean,
RQ, thank you for being a member for 6 months. All of this is very, very helpful to help us, better understand the situation that we're dealing with. And I did see a post on Facebook that it looked like everybody was asked to wear green on Friday because green is Sebastian's favorite color. What else can you tell us about Sebastian?
He's an avid Minecraft fan. Loves the color green. It's got the goofiest and quirky smile in the world. I don't think anybody could mimic it, to be honest with you.
He looks like he's such a sweet young man. He
loves to dance. That boy he'll dance his tail off.
Hey,
sure.
There's nothing
Goofiest and quirky smile in the world. I don't think anybody could mimic it, to be honest with you.
He looks like he's such a sweet young man. He
loves to dance. That boy he'll dance his tail off.
Hey,
sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. Dancing is good for you. It's good exercise too. I just really hope they can find some answers. Now, I did ask you guys because I know that sometimes when we're looking for autistic children that go missing, a lot of times people are concerned that they may be attracted to go towards the water. So talk to us about that. Is he a good swimmer? Does he like to get in the water? I think you did mention some things about that to me earlier.
So he's a fish in the water. I'm gonna tell you right now that but here's the distinction. He is not a child that likes to get dirty. He can't stand his hands dirty. He can't stand bugs. He is fearful of flies and things. So if he swims, he is a pool kid. He's not I'm a river and a stream kind of kid. He is swimming pool bound.
Discovering the Truth, I'm sure that they are probably looking into that. Now, I know that you said there was some misinformation that was going around and you wanted to make a clarification. You did tell me that TBI, was assisting, but that there was some confusion. People thought that FBI was actually assisting in this case. Talk to me about what you spoke about earlier to me on our phone call about how FBI is that they were consulted and the card team I guess there is a discussion going on as to whether he qualifies as for the child.
I will absolutely call baloney on that. The card team is the child abduction rapid deployment team for the FBI. They don't sit around and determine. They're not sitting around 7 days in determining if he qualifies. They are there immediately. So that is a bunch of malarkey that CP has told her. They are not sitting around a week after a child's missing deciding if they should go. The FBI's card team is the child abduction, I believe it's rapid deployment, but they are out immediately. And it's very telling that they didn't come out immediately once the Amber Alert was filed, in my opinion. Very telling. because that was within the next day an Amber Alert was filed. So we go from runaway to a child abducted and in danger. And the card team still did not come. And we're hearing right here, day 7, they still had not come. But they are not sitting around determining, in my opinion, if they're going to come. They deploy immediately. Just another thing I wanted to share with you, because that is not accurate information. And it is very telling. Little Red, I heard the video of the sister aunt being very rude to him, but I didn't hear name calling, but I heard distaste and rudeness in her voice. So if you have another video, Little Red Zero, I'd love for you to send that to me. Thank you. TYWY, this is the very first interview they have ever done, ever spoken of Sebastian. So we're going for looking through it to see the first narrative. Thank you all for being here. Let me see. I think we have some new members coming in. K-Mac, welcome to the family, dear. Everyone, welcome K-Mac to our family, and Pamela Hale. If I haven't, I'm just not sure if I missed anyone. Melissa Reynolds, all of you, welcome to the family. I'm pretty sure I said the rest. And don't forget to thank Irony Rose. She gifted 5. R. Taylor, and Brown Eyed Girl, and Shell Bell, if you received a gifted membership. Thank you, everyone, and to our new members. Let's keep going here. The first interview, March 3rd. Sorry, I have to mute myself or you all get an echo. Thank goodness he has a father like Seth mumming it up, or it was heading to a cold case, just like Summer Wells. And that's the difference between Summer and Sebastian's case. Sebastian has a parent who won't give up. Summer did not. Imagine if Seth weren't in the picture, allegedly, in my opinion.
Abduction response team.
So the FBI is not physically on the ground. Somewhere in one of the news clips, I think it was reported that the FBI had made it on the ground. They're not. TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, has reached out to the behavioral analysis team, or their CART team, and they are trying to work with them from a distance. They're not physically present, to help in any way, form, shape that they can render their assistance.
Okay. Light and Sound, thank you for being here. Have burner phones been looked into? I know some teens sneak phones from their parents, or maybe his computer use at school, to
We
see
haven't been
if
able
he
to
has
find
been
any
chatting.
evidence of a secret phone.
Okay, good. Because digital evidence is really important. They want to make sure that he's not speaking to anybody. This is such an unusual case.
This case is extremely unusual. Like I said before, we are pretty strict when it comes to certain things. As far as comms, communication, electronic devices, there was only one phone that he had. It was extremely locked down. He had access to his phone, his text message, to only his contacts list, a camera, and a calculator, and that is it.
He's a pretty happy kid usually.
He seems like it, and I know that you love him very much. I know that I can remember earlier in our conversation, you were referring to him as Bubba, and I think that's sweet.
That's what
I call my son Bubba also, so that really tore at my heartstrings, because my son, he's 30, but he's still Bubba to me. So that name is going to stick forever. It's just how it is. Cindy Caton, thank you for being here. She says, are there any old wells that maybe he accidentally fell in, or any areas or mines that he might be at risk of coming in contact with. I know sometimes those things occur out in Tennessee. The divers, have they found any possible leads? I know that I heard that there was a possible pond that they were draining. You did tell me they were searching all of the pipes.
Yes. So when it comes to address her question as far as wells and things, I'm sure there's plenty of those around here.
They're searching them.
They actually pulled data for all the caves, underground voids, all of that stuff that could be accessible. They've brought in teams from all over the state that specialize in either cave explorations, water recovery rescues. We don't know that they have drained a pond. I can say that much, but they
Okay.
have searched,
Dived them.
they've dived them all for sure. They've
Okay.
walked, I couldn't tell you how many miles of creeks and
Cameras.
waterways, and they've used cameras. The sewers. It's not really the sewers they're looking in. It's the drainage pipes. Nobody. So that's for clarification. Sewer pipes, we're not going to find a child in. Those
Right.
are enclosed and secured. But the runoff, water runoffs, were all searched by a dive team.
Okay. And I know Ginger Snap said as law enforcement looking into the possibility that he met a friend through Minecraft. I hope that they would just go ahead and vet all of that just to make sure, because you never know. I'm not really sure how all of that works because I'm not a gamer, but I know that there are ways that you can communicate like via Xbox because my son is a gamer. So, and Gabrielle, I believe that you guys were at the Costco on Saturday. That's when you took the picture of him, correct?
Yes, my
Okay.
wife was at Costco on Saturday.
Yeah,
The
not
shirt
Sunday.
that's in the flyer where it says Optimism was on a Saturday. They were
Okay,
at
good.
BJ's on Sunday. And
Okay. And what is
when it
that?
comes
Is that a
to,
restaurant or?
no, they are all wholesale, like a commissary style stores where they sell in bulk.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Costco
So
Saturday, BJ's on Sunday.
yes,
He
ma'am.
loves to eat all the samples, and BJ's is new, so I took him.
You're a good mom.
And when it comes to like the one mentioned about Minecraft, like I stated before, he does not have any way to come with anybody on any form of online gaming. That is
Hey, you all, I wanted to stop right there. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. This is the very first interview Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot ever gave. I agree with you, Little Red, 0. And I want to stop it right there based on what was just said. I want to go over what they just said. And they said, were asked if there were any wells and mines. Of course, who answered? CP. If you're taking notes, you'll see how many words he said versus hers. They did the data on the caves. Remember, I showed you the cave maps of Tennessee. Tennessee has the most caves in the United States, even though Missouri, I believe it is called the cave state. There's over 11,000 as of 2023 that they've already found. He did say that they did the caves, water recovery. He wasn't sure they drained ponds. She said they dived ponds. She's got the little whisper trying to get it in there. They drained the ponds, so it's hard to hear her, right? He said at first it was sewers they were checking. He corrected himself. Oh, he also said they used cameras in the sewers. He corrected himself. He meant drainage pipes. Katie corrected him. The runoffs were checked by the dive teams. So I wonder if that includes the manhole in the front. Interesting. Yes, my wife was at Costco on Saturday. Wow. Why is he answering that? Why is she not saying, when she's asking, Duchess is asking, why is KP not answering? Why is he answering for them? He wasn't even there, right? Yes, my wife was at Costco on Saturday, and then explains the shirt Sebastian had on. Can explain that shirt, but okay. Can't explain. Oh, wow. I just thought of something that I need to look at. But can't explain any of the shirt that he was wearing on the weekend. Interesting, right? Okay. It's interesting. I just thought of something and I'm trying to write it down so I don't forget it. Okay. So, yes, my wife was at Costco on Saturday and BJ's on Sunday. He likes to eat all the samples, so I took him there. Now, is it clear? Were they alone at BJ's? Do we know this? Was the cousin with them at BJ's? Were the aunts with them at BJ's? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to catch up to see if any of you are trying to get my attention here. Yes. Oh, bye, Brown Eyed Girl. Sorry if I missed saying goodbye to you. I will see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Welcome to the family. So glad to have you. Thank you, Hope Floats. Thank you. Okay, we'll continue. You all okay? Everyone good? Hi, Queen Cece. Oh, very. She's hardly gotten to tell the story, her own story about her own son who she was with. Good night, Brown Eyed. You think there was someone with them at BJ's? Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to mute. We're going to keep it going. Don't forget about our members live tomorrow, 1 p.m. If any of you get off of here. Hi, Wanda Davis. Don't forget tomorrow, 1 p.m. our members live. Let's see. Was the video from Texas Roadhouse or from Nick's team? The video that... Which video, Queen Cece? I'm not sure. Do you mean the one that's showing the guy in the yellow raincoat and the person in the green hoodie? I thought Melissa took them on her pass to BJ's. Oh. So that was left out. She said, I took him. So we need to pay attention, circle that, and see if in other places. Hi, it's me, Jen. See in other places if it changes from I took him. I know, Misty Fisher. It's hard. I know. Welcome back in. Hi, Becky Laux. I think that they were all at BJ's. Okay, well, interesting. So this is the first interview, so let's make note of what's being said. Hi, wait, what? Hello. Brown Eyed Girl, you do not apologize. You go, you get your rest, and you get yourself out of pain, and we'll be thinking of you and praying for you. And if you have any questions about what you missed, just ask us. We're thinking about you, and we'll see you tomorrow, sweetie. Feel better. Oh, I know. Let's keep going. Welcome in. I have not heard if there was video at BJ's, but interestingly, on Seth's live last weekend, he let us know that he saw a photo of Sebastian at the bowling alley, and Sebastian's body language, stance, face, hands in pockets, he did not look like he was having a wonderful time or even wanted to be there. Are you, bye, Jen and Don, though? Are you leaving too? You be careful, and you watch the replay. We appreciate it whenever you all watch the replay. We're going to keep going for a bit. I'm going to mute. We can always do a second half if everyone gets too tired. Just let me know.
Extremely restrictive. We don't allow that because of what can come of it.
They combed all of the electronics.
I can tell you this with no hesitation. Anything and everything we have given to the police and any other law enforcement to have them completely scan.
KP just said they have combed all the electronics. This is 1 week in. Now, Seth the other day said on the live their electronics were not gone through until 2 weeks. Seth's were, but not theirs, allegedly. Let's keep going.
And validate everything, and they are currently. I mean, everything is empty. I mean, they were like, "You guys are pretty good at." I said, "Yes, sir. We don't believe in allowing the kids to communicate through social media or through any type of gaming."
Looks like Missing in USA says, why are they wanting camera footage from Sunday afternoon? Because
that we cannot release right now.
Okay,
That is not
I
something that
understand.
has been authorized us to
Right,
put out to the public.
and we respect that 100%.
Red flag. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute myself. I'm sorry. I'll put it back. That was a red flag right there. Let me mute myself and go back. Sorry, everyone. But definitely red flag.
Sell like a commissary style stores where they sell in bulk.
Oh, okay. So
So
Costco Saturday, BJ's on Sunday.
yes,
He
ma'am.
loves to eat all the samples, and BJ's is new, so I took him.
You're a good mom.
And when it comes to like the one mentioned about Minecraft, like I stated before, he does not have any way to come with anybody on any form of online gaming. That is extremely restrictive. We don't allow that because of what can come of it.
They combed all of the electronics.
I can tell you this with no hesitation. Anything and everything we have given to the police and any other law enforcement to have them completely scan, validate everything, and they are currently. I mean, everything is empty. I mean, they were like, "You guys are pretty good at." I said, "Yes, sir. We don't believe in allowing the kids to communicate through social media or through any type of gaming."
Looks like Missing in USA says, why are they wanting camera footage from Sunday afternoon? Because
That we cannot release right now.
Okay,
That is
I
not something that
understand.
has been authorized us to online gaming. That is extremely restrictive. We don't allow that because of what can come of it.
They combed all of the electronics.
I can tell you this with no hesitation. Anything and everything we have given to the police and any other law enforcement to have them completely scan, validate everything, and they are currently. I mean, everything is empty. I mean, they were like, "You guys are pretty good at." I said, "Yes, sir. We don't believe in allowing the kids to communicate through social media or through any type of gaming."
Looks like Missing in USA says, why are they wanting camera footage from Sunday afternoon? Because
That we cannot release.
See how he talked right over her right there? She was starting to answer and he just came right in. That we cannot release. Another one of his, just like I can't take a lie detector test allegedly. We're not allowed to tell you the make and model of the work truck, even though we've never asked. I'm not allowed to say when I'm home. Hello, Ward Amigo. I'm not allowed to say when I was home. Hi, Jenny Machete. Welcome in, everyone. Not allowed to say when I was home in February. All those things that, But yeah, he just jumped right over her when they were asking about why are they looking for camera footage Sunday afternoon. Total interruption. We can't discuss it. So welcome in, everyone. We'll probably just you all do half today and half tomorrow night if you're okay with that. That's what I'm thinking we're gonna do. Was Grandma in here? Hi, Grandma. Does anyone have the iPhone link? Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna mute and we're gonna keep going for a while.
Right now,
Okay,
that is not
I
something that
understand.
has been authorized us to
Right.
put out to the public.
And we respect that 100%. Ginger Snap says, I was reading that his favorite song is Eye of the Tiger. That's a great song.
He's got an eclectic taste of music. He's a fan of Eddie Vedder. He
Oh, well,
likes
he's
Survivor. Oh yeah, I mean young man has a very eclectic taste in music.
And you told me that
Taylor
he
Swift,
loves to play chess.
Carrie Underwood.
And he loves to play chess,
He
right?
has a crush on Taylor Swift.
Ooh, he has her boyfriend better watch out then. Was 911 allowed to be called? Rhonda asks.
On the cell phone, is that what she's referring to?
Yes, I believe so. Is that what you're asking,
All
Rhonda?
all devices that have communications have the ability to call 911. Believe it or not, most cell phones that are not even connected to service have an ability to actually call 911.
Yeah, you can pick one up off the shelf at a store and most will call.
Yeah. That's become a federal thing. That's not a service provided. That is like a federal thing.
Right.
We wouldn't restrict safety features even if we could.
Yeah. Safety is not restricted in this house.
Okay.
Safety is not restricted in this house. Okay. So anyway, I just had to come in and say that. Excuse me. He told Nancy Grace that they did not have cameras, but he just admitted that they did. What did he just say? Thank you, Hope Floats. What did he just say? I missed it. See, you all are so good. Little Red, what did he just say? Or who said it? Shane1111. What did he just say about cameras? See, I missed it. Okay, let me go back a minute.
Online gaming, that is extremely restrictive. We don't allow that.
Is it before or after that? Yeah, I heard someone cough about the 911. Absolutely. Yeah, what was that safety comment? Come on. Yeah, someone coughed or did something about 911. And then there was a pause. So, okay, let's go ahead and go on. I hope I can find it where I'm trying to see what interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going. I'll see if I can find it. I hope I went back far enough for you.
Because of what can
About
come
the
of
cameras.
They filmed all of the electronics.
The
I can tell
cameras.
you this with no hesitation. Anything and everything we have given to the police and any other law enforcement to have them completely scan, validate everything, and they are currently. I mean, everything is empty. I mean, they were like, "You guys are pretty good." I said, "Yes, sir. We don't believe in allowing the kids to communicate through social media or through any type of gaming."
Looks like Missing in USA says, why are they wanting camera footage from Sunday afternoon? Because,
That we cannot release right now.
okay,
That is not
I
something that
understand.
has been authorized us to
Right.
put out to the public.
And we respect that 100%. Ginger Snap says, I was reading that his favorite song is Eye of the Tiger. That's a great song.
He's got an eclectic taste of music. He's a fan of Eddie Vedder. He
Oh, well,
likes
he's great.
Survivor. Oh yeah, I mean young man has a very eclectic taste in music.
And you told me that
Taylor
he
Swift,
loves to play chess.
Carrie Underwood.
And he loves to play chess,
He has a
right?
crush on Taylor Swift.
Ooh, he has her boyfriend better watch out then. Was 911 allowed to be called? Rhonda asks.
On the cell phone, is that what she's referring to?
Yes, I believe so. Is that what you're asking,
All
Rhonda?
all devices that have communications have the ability to call 911. Believe it or not, most cell phones that are not even connected to service have an ability to actually call 911.
Yeah, you can pick one up off the shelf at a store, and most will call.
Yeah, that's become a federal thing. That's not a service provided. That is like a federal thing.
Right.
We wouldn't restrict safety features even if we could.
Yeah, safety is not restricted in this house.
Okay, I do have one other question before I read what was his is saying. There was something I was going to ask you. Let's go ahead and do was his question right now. Shackle Island Road and New Shackle Island Road, are they in the same area?
New Shackle Island Road runs parallel to Long Island. Old Shackle Island Road is actually farther directionally. It would actually be south in front of the hospital, the Hendersonville Hospital. That is roughly, I think, 4 or 5 miles from our house.
Okay. Single Mom, that's your favorite song too. Now, something I do want to ask you is because I've been watching social media because that's what I do. I share missing cases on lots of different social media platforms, and I was very disappointed when you told me that people were harassing you and attacking you. Is there anything that you want to put to rest while you're here tonight or make clear to the public about this situation? I know you told me there was a statement that you wanted me to make about you and the mom and the dad. So if you want to make any clarification about that, you have free reign to do so. We will not allow you to be disrespected here on this platform.
I have no malice or ill intent toward anybody. Everybody has an opinion.
Of course.
But what is factual is that the father, the mother, and myself have been extremely cooperative. We have been vetted. We have been checked out. We have been questioned and everything of that nature, and literally have been cleared. There is no wrongdoing. There is no negative input from the parents or any of the family. It's hard for a lot of folks. I mean, I will be honest and say this out loud. I have a custody case that is currently going.
He just said they were father, mother, and myself cooperated, were vetted, we've been questioned, and we are literally cleared. Not true. Let's keep going.
On in another state, which has been brought to public light because people feel that they want to judge and think that they understand what's currently going on, and they don't. Because of that, I am being looked at in a very foul way. Um, I
Hmm.
I don't need to repeat anything that's being said, but
Right. I
you
understand.
know,
But
and it's
people that are,
perfectly
there's
okay.
people that's probably seen it on social media, and I want you to be able to have the opportunity to defend yourself. We have 248 people watching right now, and I'm sure that anyone that's watching this on the live stream, please respect this family. I mean, you can't have an idea of possibly what they are going through, and it's really not any of your business what is going on. And I understand that you do see your other child, which, and that doesn't have anything to do with Sebastian. And you guys are on good terms with his father. There's not like there's any custody battle between the mother and Sebastian's father. I mean, obviously, if he wants to see his father, you guys told me that, you just plan to meet up, and it's no big deal. So, I've read a couple of heinous things that people are saying, and it just really upsets me to know that people are just going to that without having all of the information and knowing that law enforcement has interviewed, interrogated everyone in your family. They have looked into you, they have all of your devices, and that they basically cleared you guys of any involvement in Sebastian's disappearance. And I just wanted the public to be able to hear you say that, because you do have the right to defend yourself, because it's not like you said earlier, it's not about you, it's about finding Sebastian.
Correct.
Yes.
And I just don't want to have people to be dragging you around on social media. Isn't it already difficult enough that your child is missing?
That's beyond words. This is a feeling that I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't
wouldn't
care.
wish this on
Nobody should ever have to endure. It is not something that should ever be wished upon for anyone.
Now, I do see Miranda. Miranda has a child that is special needs as well, and we've covered a case on my channel involving her child in the school system here on my platform. So Miranda is a very strong advocate for kids that have special needs and them getting fair and equal treatment. And she says, how is his skills on walking around on heels or without a trail? Because my son would stumble if he had to step over a 1-inch rock or any form of incline. So, I mean, is he able to walk good? How is he able to navigate on his own? I mean, is he able to walk good? Can you hear me? Did I lose you guys? Can you hear me?
And I think that's a good place for us to start winding it down. And we can finish it tomorrow. Thank you all for being here. Let me see what you're saying. I know, that's what I was saying. I thought for 2 weeks they hadn't turned in all their stuff. And this KP says all our stuff, they've gone through all our electronics. What does she say here? They've combed all our electronics, KP says. But that, from what we understood to learn from Seth the other day, is that did not occur for 2 weeks. Just the cell phones were taken. So, goodness. So let's check to see if there's any clues on X real quick. And we will continue this. There's about 55 minutes left, and we'll continue it tomorrow. Full credit to Duchess True Crime. Let's see if there's any updates, because they sure have been given a lot of them, so we want to keep up to date here. I guess I should read this one to you all, just because you did not. I read this earlier today, where Nick said the stage is set. People are going to be eating Christmas dinner while watching the House of Cards collapse. Our eyes are locked, and soon the worlds will be too. Heart, diamond, club, joker, spade, vertical black line, the finger pointing at you, and a boot, like it's about to give someone the boot or kick. So it says Christmas dinner. So that's a month, but the stage is set. People are going to be eating Christmas dinner while watching the House of Cards collapse. Our eyes are locked, and soon the worlds will be too. So things are getting closer, I hope. They said the latest edition is a dark green hoodie with white drawstrings, the possibility, possibly linked to Gallatin Green Wave, a school or sports team with a kangaroo pocket, the ones you can put your hands in on either side, and ribbed cuffs and hem. But still, the question is, why will not Mom, Sebastian's mother, why did she not include that in the narrative, that she stopped and spoke to someone in a green hoodie in the parking lot, that was truly the last person to see Sebastian alive? Not alive. The last person to see Sebastian before he went missing. And that's important. And that was left out. I want to thank all of the mods today, all of the family members, all of the guests, the subscribers. You're all amazing. Thank you, Ginger Girl and everyone. Please give a thumbs up on your way out. And remember, tomorrow is our members only live, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Let me make sure they haven't put their clocks back or anything. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm still. What time is it right now there? Yes, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. And I will see you tomorrow, and we'll have lots of stuff to discuss. We are going to listen to the dispatch again, so we can hear about the yellow rain jacket or reflector, what we hear. Hi, Michelle Reed Duncan. And I have found the cleaned up audio that was sent to me, so we don't have to listen to it in the middle of a video. And also what a detective, it was sent to a detective by one of our members in here, or subscribers. Thank you, at Jazz. And he cleaned it up and told the subscriber what he thought it was. And we will watch a little bit about Bobby's clip regarding, what were we talking about Bobby's clip? Bobby's clip where they talked about something specifically. I'll go back and I'll look. So we'll pull Bobby's clip for a minute about what we were talking about earlier. I don't recall, but it's been 2.5 hours. So we'll go back to it and I'll check it. So tomorrow, and then there's something I want to show you, and I want to find where it originated from. So I hope I have time to do that. It came to me in an email, but I want to find the original email, because I took a screenshot of it while I was looking at it, and I have that, but I want to find the original email where the person indicates where they got that. So lots of fun tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We are going to bring Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers home. We did not get to miss Hannah, so we will also discuss Hannah probably tomorrow evening when we do the Everyone Live. We'll include Hannah again, okay? Dog the Bounty Hunter is looking for both Hannah and Sebastian. We need to find Hannah as well. Her father, while in the midst of searching for her, was found unalive in a car garage. So they say he took his own, but others are, thinking that's kind of sus, right? Because he hadn't found her yet. So yeah, I'm glad he's looking for Hannah too. So sorry we did not get to Hannah tonight. We will get to Hannah tomorrow evening. And then tomorrow on the members live, I will see you at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all for your generosity, kindness, gifted memberships, joining. All of you who come here and watch the video and give a thumbs up. That means so much because that gets it out there for everyone. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Talk soon.